Alrighty folks, been a cool minute. Nice place. It's actually been a couple of years since we've been out in this old girl, so it's time to get into it again. No excuses, just had other things to do. But I'm keen to give it a go. Bit nervous about it today, if I'm completely honest, because it's been so long and a bit out of whack with it all. But anyway, plan is it's 11 o'clock. We've got a high tide at 1 o'clock. We're at Kookaburra Park at Karana Downs, and we're going to go down that way towards College's Crossing. So we've got about 2 hours of run in, and then we'll meander our way back. I've got a couple of rods. We'll have a troll. We'll have a flick for some bream some stage. Yeah. As you can see, she's all set up. Little green sounder there, little lecky motor there on the battery. That's a 22 amp hour. Sealed lead acid battery, selection of lures and soft plastics, bottle of water and some snicky snacks. Let's get into it. We're away. Just got the little motor on low setting, using the rudder for the kayak rather than the motor. A little bit of breeze. 31 out here today. Bloody hot. Now we're on the water, got a bit of a breeze. It's beautiful. His houses up in here, eh? Wow. Alrighty, we'll just get in here for a bit. We'll find somewhere to have a flick. I really want to get down a little bit further to Colleges before I start fishing. Just because I haven't been there before. I've been the other side of Colleges many times, but never been this side, so I'm really keen to have a squeeze at that. Alright, we'll be back. Alright. We're just doing this journey. I know I've just turned the camera off. We haven't moved anywhere, guys, just so might as well have a troll. You never know. Little I don't know what they call a micro stump jumper. Stump jumper lure anyway, so yeah, cool, let's do it. So I don't know whether you can see that on the sounder there, but 3.5 meters. We've just come out of 4 meters, so there's a bit more depth than I thought. Alright, I put the rod in for a moment. I'm just going to crank the speed up in a second, just after I finish waffling on a little bit. But, like I said before, I fished the other side of Colleges plenty of times, and if you're wondering what sort of species of fish, there's plenty, hey, seriously. You'll get your freshwater varieties, your catfish, your eeltail catfish. There's tilapia, of course, and what do they call those other things? Carp. But on the surprising side of things, there's copious amounts of bream, like bream galore. The bait works best for them, to be honest. I've caught flathead in the 70 centimetre range, so big flathead. There's also, well, was quite a few bass, very predominant, especially after the floods in 2011. Some big bass went over the wall, Wibano Dam, and it wound their way down here, so there was a stack of them, and hopefully that provided some breeding stock now. Haven't fished out here for a while. Like, I haven't had this boat in the water for a couple of years, so things may have well changed. But yeah, there's garfish, there's mullet, there's everything out here, really. I've never eaten anything from here. I don't know whether that's a sensible thing or not. There's there's been mud crab caught out here. I haven't personally caught any. I know people that have, but yeah, my luck with them, I just fill up my crab pots with turtles. So yeah, so I've never got a crab, but they're here apparently. And again, I don't know whether I'd eat one if I caught it, but yeah. Anyway, enough of me waffling on. You hit the speed button and get down here a bit. Nice little piece of waterway here. With our lines. It really does look quite nice. It's really quite stunning in here. Just like that, we're back in suburbia. Beautiful houses on the river banks. Big rocky outcrop over here. What I'm hoping is to find a little bit of land, like an island down here, somewhere where we can get out, stretch the legs and have a flick. I haven't seen anything likely yet for fishing from the boat. Maybe that rocky outcrop down there. I changed trolling lures over to, I've gone for a bit deeper dive. I didn't realise it was so deep. I would have thought it'd be a lot shallower, but there's a lot of weed here. Look at all this little mullet here, feeding away. Lots of weed. Yeah, it's just loaded with mullet. Alrighty, be back. A little bit of opulence. They can have mowing that lawn, but look at that. Look at this, camera can pick that up. 4.8 metres. We've just been up to 6 metres. Just here. Incredible, because the actual run of the river is on the other side. This will just where all the weed bunches up. No idea. Pretty nice. Alrighty, I don't know whether you can see that. I've just put my little brim prawn on. Let's bring him over here so we can have a look. Playing up there. Oh. What's this little brim prawn? Yeah, I know it's a little bit long. I'll fix that before we put it back. I'm just going to have a flick along this bank here just because it's shady here and it looks a little bit brimmy. I just saw the pipeline when I was on the other side of the river, so the bridge is going to be up there, probably 500 metres or so, I suppose. What are we looking at time-wise? We're looking at 10 past 12, so I've been on the water an hour and 10. Looks like a little island here, but sadly, we've got high water, so we're not going to be able to stretch the legs on it. But anyway, we'll go around it. Colleges is just up here. I'm pretty sure it's just around the next bend. One of the fish species I didn't talk about before is bull sharks. There's plenty of them in here. I mean, plenty. I've brought up a couple of half fish that have been in the midst of a fight and had a shark latch on. Yeah, they're summertime out here. They're pretty thick. Not to the point that, well, like they're thick, but they're not known to attack humans anyway, so at least there hasn't been an attack out here for many years. There's also freshwater stonefish, bull routes they call them. I've never actually caught one of them either. I've caught sharks, but I've never caught a bull route, but they're here and those suckers can be deadly. Yeah, so there you go. Let's just keep the camera rolling and see what we see around the corner here. See if we see the pipeline. Yeah, there's the pipeline there. So they chucked the brim, the brim pawn around for a little bit back there, but not a touch. And before you guys shoot me, this is not a fishing trip. Fish would be a bonus, but I basically come down here, middle of the day, heat of the day, so definitely not ideal fishing times. Just to suss it out, see if it's worth coming back for, and if I'm perfectly honest, I much prefer the other side of colleges. I just do. No diving or jumping from the bridge. I don't see a bridge, but anyway, there's a pipeline. It's still 300 metres away, but yeah, so anyway, I'll mount the camera up there for a bit on the way back and see if I can just get some scenery shots. And I will troll a lure on the way back as well, just in case, but yeah, cool. Alright, there's the pipeline, and underneath the bridge down there, see in a second when a car goes over. There you go, that's the crossing bridge proper. And over on the other side there, that's where the recreational area is, and the cafe and all that sort of stuff. You can see how fast the tide's ripping through here. I've got the motor sitting in reverse, low reverse, and it's just not moving. It's just holding its own. So yeah, I'm gonna head back up where we come from, a couple hundred metres where there's less flow, have a flick around with the prawn again, and then we'll start making our way back to the ramp. And it really is nice in here. Stinking hot. The clouds just come over, so I've got a brief reprieve, but man, I'm cooking. As soon as this tide turns, I'm making a beeline back to the ramp, which is about half an hour away, I think. So anyway, change lures, just so you, I don't know whether you can see one or not, but it's a gulp crabby, which is a scented bait effectively. It's a soft plastic, but you fish them as a bait. And you just sort of cast them out and wait for the twitch in the line. And my experience is brim and just brim. Let's be honest here. They normally just pick them up and run with them. You're not, you might get the little fish, but you're not getting the peckers as such, unless the only exception to that rule is if there's toadfish around, then they will destroy these all day, every day, in a heartbeat. So all I'm doing is, I've got no mounts or anything for the camera, so all I'm doing but is just casting it right in, close as I can to the foliage on the bank there, and letting it sit there for a minute, a couple of twitches, let it sit, and then if nothing happens I move it back in, which today nothing has happened. I have not had a touch, so we're going to flick around here for a little while longer till that tide turns, and then I'm going to put the trolling lure back on and we're going to head back for the ramp and consider the reconnaissance mission done. So the weeds underwater there, that in my experience is prime bass country. They love to, too late in the day now, but they just love to sit underneath that crap, and you've just got to be evil Knievel and put a cast in there and hope they snowball it. But that, if it was early morning, late afternoon, I would throw baits at that 100%. It's nice in here. Little back eddy. So here's another good little spot. It's broad daylight again, but there's the likelihood of something sitting up against that is next to nothing. But oh, have a cast there. I'll just show you what I'm doing. Gulp crabby, nice and close in there, as close as possible. Watch me mess this up big time. Camera in a boat is my bananas in a boat, seriously. Guaranteed fishless fishing trip if I take a camera with me. Nice cast anyway. So all we do, we just chuck that in there like that. I'll try and knock the reel back into gear. And see if there's a tick in that line. Some water jooks. Yeah. There's going to be nothing sitting there. Alrighty. I'm going to find just a few more little covered shady spots I can chuck a lure into and go from there.